Hey guys, what's going on? Earth Twister here. Today we're doing some Marvel Champion. And the main thing we're doing with these first 5 videos is doing a sort of thematic playthrough, taking Magneto through the Age of Apocalypse campaign, beginning with Unus. And I say campaign, it's not really going to be a campaign because we're not going to be doing this missions and things of that nature. We're just going to be doing 5 games in a row following the Age of Apocalypse campaign without any of the additional campaign cards. So now let's just do a quick shuffle here. And I've got a bit of a ally swarm deck here, trying to keep it thematic as Magneto was the leader of the X-Men back in the 2000s in the Age of Apocalypse run, I believe. And I just wanted to keep it thematic that way. So we're going to do a quick shuffle and we'll do a little bit of a shuffle here as well. Just making sure everything is neatly and nicely shuffled. This is my fourth time trying to record this. I keep having webcam issues. So if this works, great. If not, then I'll try something else. So our cards have been pretty well shuffled. All right. We've got that done in there. Let's do our setup here. It looks like Unus gets toughness. So we'll go ahead and pull that out there for that. And Hunting Gene Trader says reveal the gene pool side scheme. And then in expert mode, deal each player face down encounter card. This is just standard. So we're going to look through here for the gene pool side scheme. There it is right there. It's been revealed. Okay, so it comes in with 4 threat. Let's go ahead and shuffle our encounter deck up a little bit here. All right. And we will get 4 threat and put that on Gene Pool. Okay. Now we'll flip Hunting Gene Traders over. And it looks like there's no additional setup here. It does not come in with any threat. We have Pursued by the Past, as that is what comes with the Age of Apocalypse campaign. And everything else looks good. I don't have any setup over here either. So, all right, let's get started. First thing we'll do is we'll draw our hand of 6. We get an Asteroid M, an EVA, a Marrow, Magneto's Armor, Phoenix, and Utopia. There are so many good cards in here. I think what I want to do though is mulligan EVA. I don't have Phantom X, so I can't play EVA. And I don't really have a reason to play Phoenix right now, so we'll mulligan her and we'll draw 2 more cards. Hoping, of course, for a double resource, and we didn't get them. All right. Let's go ahead and pull all this together. And I think the main thing we're going to do is work on getting some setup going. So we're going to flip up with Magneto and get our used and ready token. And I'm going to go ahead and just see what we have. Um, Probably aren't going to need to use Asteroid M, so that's going to be a resource along with the magnetic missile. And we're going to put in Magneto's armor. Okay, after we do that, we're going to go ahead and use the magnetic pool. See if we can get another card into our hand, which means we discard cards until we get a magnetic card. There's Magnetic Bubble. All right, so now we have a hand of 4 again. And after I resolve the magnetic pool ability, if I discarded at least one of the following resources, I get a boost in my stats, as you can see here, for each of those resource types that was discarded. So we ended up discarding um, Magnetic Bubble and then put that into our hand. So there's the Lightning resource. We discarded Monet and New Recruits. So there's a physical and a mental resource as well. So we've got +1 on all of our stats, which means I thwart, attack, and defend for 3. And I think what I want to do is probably we'll discard Marrow and Magnetic Bubble for Utopia. So we can put that into play. And that'll come in with a ready and used token also. Okay. And we'll keep Forge in our hand for now. So the first thing I want to do, I'm thinking at this point, is thwarting for 3. So we can get all this threat off of Gene Pool pretty quick and reduce any benefits that Unus has. So that's looking pretty good. But that is unfortunately all I can do this turn. So let's go ahead and ready up, draw our hand, and start the villain phase. Kind of trying to keep things a little tidy around here because I am low on recording space. All right. So at the start of the villain phase, hunting gene traders goes up by one threat, and it has a forced response that says after resolving step one of the villain phase, place one threat on gene pool. Okay, so that brings that up to two, which means Unus does not have any of those benefits there, though he still has toughness. I have not gotten rid of that yet. I did not drop my hands, so let's go ahead and do that. Two, three, four, and five. Okay, I would say that's really cool because we could use Beast, but he would completely discard my entire hand, and we might do that. That might actually be worth it. All right, so now that we've done the threat and drawn up our hand size, Unis will attack. I think I'll take this. So two, three, four. I take 4 damage, bringing me down from 10 to 6. There we go. And now we do our encounter cards. That's not the encounter deck. This is. There we go. And it is Infinite Hunter. When revealed, deal 3 damage to an ally I control. I have no allies in play, but now we do have a minion. Really cool if we could get wrapped in metal. All right. So this is what we have right now. I think what I want to do then is we'll go ahead and discard these 4 cards in a minute because I forgot about Utopia. I will go ahead and I'll attack the Infinite Hunter for 2. Then I will use these 4 cards to pay for Beast. Brings him in. And whenever I play, after an X-Men ally enters play, exhaust Utopia and ready an X-Men character. So I'm going to ready myself. And after Beast enters play, I get to search my deck and discard pile for a resource card and add it to my hand. So we'll go ahead and do that, and we'll just get energy here. That'll be really good. If not for this turn, at least for next turn. Just depends on what we can get with Magneto's magnetic pool. Okay. Now we'll use Magneto's magnetic pool, and we get a magnetic missile. So that's not really helpful because I don't have a minion that's wrapped in metal. And we only discarded a fist, so that means that Magneto will attack for 3. I think what I want to do just to keep things calm is I will go ahead and use Beast to attack Infinite Hunter to get rid of him. And Magneto will thwart for 2 to get rid of the threat on Gene Pool. Perfect. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and discard Magnetic Missile from my hand and draw up to 5. Okay, we got a Cyclops, a Metal Shards, a Reinforced Suit, and Phantom X. All right, now that we've drawn our hand, let's go ahead and ready up. Now we have to be careful. I can't use any of my allies to defend for me because if I do, after an ally is defeated by anything other than consequential damage, I have to add 3 threat to Gene Pool. So now it is Unus's turn, villain phase. So we put 1 threat here, slowly growing, and 1 threat there. Okay. Now that that's happened, Unus will attack me for 2 plus a boost. I will actually go ahead and defend this for 2. Flip it. And it says he's attacking me for 2, and I am stunned. If I was already stunned, I take 2 damage instead. So let's get a stun status card, put it on Magneto. So I take no damage from that because he only attacked for 2. That boost just made me stunned, which is actually not bad at all. Now we do our encounter card, which is a side scheme, and it's targeted for extermination. When defeated, the player who defeated this scheme confuses their identity. And it comes in with 3 threat. Okay, that's not great. So, what do we have that we can do? Cyclops enters play. He can choose an enemy, and until the end of the phase, increase the amount of damage the enemy takes by 1. I don't think I'm ready for that just yet. Phantom X may actually be worth putting in here, but he is X Force and not X Men, so I wouldn't be able to ready from that. Huh. Be really helpful if I had Children of the Atom. What do I want to do here? Would be great if I could ready. I think that's what I'm gonna do, even though I still can't really damage Unus much. I'm gonna use an energy and the metal shards to play Cyclops. So when he comes into play, I can exhaust that and ready Magneto. And then of course I will choose Unus. So any damage I do to Unus will be +1, even though that's just going to end up removing that tough status card. So I think our main priority here really is to remove threat. I think I do want to clear my stunned also. So what would be ideal? Both of them have entrance mechanics. So let's go ahead and use a magnetic pool. So that's so far 2 lightnings, a mental. Okay, that is a magnetic card. So that gets to go to my hand. So that's lightning and mental. So I can thwart for 3 and defend for 3. That's actually not bad. I think I will do that. I'll go ahead and have Magneto remove all the threat from this scheme. Beast will remove all the threat from hunting gene traders and take a consequential damage. So he is 2 of 3. And then Cyclops will go ahead and attack Unus to remove the tough. Okay. Since I defeated the targeted for extermination, I will confuse my identity. So now I'm both stunned and confused, which is fantastic. And Cyclops takes a consequential damage. I'm going to go ahead and hold these cards in my hand and draw up. Bring Beast out front here too. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now we have Magneto's cape and his helmet. It'd be really great if we could get another double resource at some point. Okay. And I think I know it's the end of my turn since I already drew up and readied. I think what I do want to do is flip down. I think I can handle that, and we put the. Well, I would have drawn that. Never mind, I can't do that. So we'll just stay up this turn. We can deal with another attack, especially since I'm defending for 3. Okay. So we've drawn up. We've readied. Threat goes up by 1 on hunting gene traders and 1 on gene pool. Then Unus will attack me for 2 plus a boost. I'll go ahead and defend for 3. So 2, 3, 4. I take 1 damage. Not bad. Then he will give me an encounter card, which is the prelate sidearm. This is attached to him, and if he attacks and defeats an ally, place 1 threat on Gene Pool. And after I make a basic attack against Unus, I can spend those 2 resources to discard this card. Go ahead and attach that to him. It's hard trying to figure out where to place all this. Do that right there. All right. So that is the end of the villain phase. We have the hero phase now. All right. first choice of action is I'm going to use Master of Magnetism for 2 resources to pay for Magneto's cape. That'll get a ready and used token. Magneto's cape allows me to ready after I use the magnetic pool. So that'll be really good. I'm going to go ahead and use the magnetic pool. Discard cards until I get a magnetic card. There's the Children of the Atom. Okay, so there is another double resource, magnetic, which gets added to my hand, and we discarded a physical and a energy, and then we had a mental on there as well. So we get +1 to all of our stats. Magneto's cape readies me, and I will go ahead and let's see what we have here. I'm gonna clear my stun by attacking. My stun is cleared. I don't have any X-Men in my hands. There's no real use trying to play an ally. I have 2 on the field. I think what I will do though is use Master of Magnetism for 2 resources and a reinforced suit for another resource to play my helmet, which allows me to generate a resource for a magnetic card. All right. And Phantom X is still in my hand there. Now we have Beast and Cyclops who can do stuff. Beast will die from consequential, which is okay, and so will Cyclops. It's not the worst. I think what I will do is I'll flip down. When I do that, the top 3 cards of my deck get shuffled into, or the top 3 cards of my discard pile get shuffled into my deck. Do a quick little shuffle here. So I flip down, and we will have, they both thwart for 2 and attack for 2. So we'll have Beast clear Gene Pool, which kills him, or defeats, rather, defeats Beast. And Cyclops will attack Unus for 2, taking a consequential and being defeated as well. So he takes 2 there, taking him from 12 down to 10. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. But now it is the villain phase, so we'll ready everything up and draw up to my hand size, which is 6. We get a Death Focus, Beak, Team Building Exercise, Strength. So that's 5 cards, and our last one is Moira. Not bad at all. All right. Villain phase. Hunting Gene Traders goes up by 1, as does Gene Pool. Okay. Then Unus will scheme for 1 plus a boost. 1. And after this activation resolves, place 1 pursuit counter on pursued by the path. So he schemes for 1, which means there's 1 more hunting Gene Traders, and we'll add a token there on pursued by the past. First one of the game. Not bad at all. Then we'll draw an encounter card, reveal it. Dark Designs, place 1 pursuit counter on pursued by the past. Then if it has any counters on it, the villain schemes. I don't love that. Do that, and he schemes for 1 and place 2 threat on Gene Pool. Brings Gene Pool up to 3 and hunting Gene Traders up to 4. Go ahead and clean this up a little bit. There we go. All right. Make sure we can see the entire card here. Now it is the hero phase. We're not doing too bad. I think we're in pretty good shape here. What we want to do first, though, is I'm going to use a strength to play down Moira McTaggart, and we'll play her right there. Be kind of hard to see everything that's going on, but again, I do have limited space. Play Moira there. I think then I'm going to use Phantom X as a resource to play Death Focus. And then I'm going to flip up. I'm going to clear my as I flip up, though, I get to exhaust Moira to draw a card. Ooh, Children of the Atom. Okay. Then I will clear my confused. Um, then I'll use Magneto's pool. Oh, look at that first card. So that means we're going to be able to defend for 3. Magneto's cape will ready me. Oh, and this is really good. So we will use Magneto's helmet and Death Focus to play Electromagnetic Blast. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. If this removes the last threat from the scheme, I may discard an attachment with the text hero action or hero response. Perfect. So we'll remove the threat, all 3 threat from Gene Pool, which means the prelate sidearm gets discarded. It has the hero response text on there. Perfect. That is really good. So then I think what I want to do is I'll use Children of the Atom and Beak to play team building exercise. I think getting a few more things down will be really helpful, um, rather than bringing in Beak. Hunting Gene Traders looks fine. I think for now, it's 4 out of 11. Surely he won't be able to scheme that much. So we'll go ahead and attack him for 2, bringing him down from 10 to 8. Perfect. All right, so we'll ready up and draw our hand. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means I deck out. Let's see what we got. We got Wrapped in Metal, Inspired, Wrapped in Metal, Reinforced Suit, and Master of Magnetism. Not great. Not a great hand without allies or minions on the field. So let's just see what we end up getting. We're shuffling our deck back up, trying not to see what we're getting on the bottom of the deck there. All right, it's there. What is next? I get an encounter card for decking out. That could be potentially pretty bad. Threat goes up by 1 on hunting gene traders. So from 4 to 5, and then that gives 1 on gene pool. Then Unus attacks for 2 plus a boost. I don't remember what I discarded. I think it means I can defend for 3. I don't remember what I discarded, so I won't say that I was able to discard really anything. Um, so we'll just see what he attacks me for. I have 5 health left. I meant to heal last time, so I'll defend for 2. We'll attack for 2, 3. So I take a damage. Not too bad. We'll have to make sure we flip down and heal after this next turn. Okay. So we got 1 encounter card from decking out and another for the encounter phase. We will take the first one here, which is Sinister Strike. Place 1 pursuit counter on pursued by the past. Then, if it has any counters on it, the villain attacks you. Okay. So, pursuit counter on pursued by the past. After I place pursuit counter here, if the number of counters here is at least 3 more than the number of players, remove each counter here and flip that card over. Okay. Well, We have one more counter on that. And he will attack me, right? Yes. So he's going to attack for 2 plus a boost. 2, 3, 4. And I lose. I should have healed, but that is how it goes. Um, and we would have had Evil Alliance, so we would have gotten our Nemesis minion. Okay. I'm going to clean up real quick, and then we'll restart here in a moment. I think I'm going to take a break for lunch, but you won't know because it'll be like a few seconds for you. Awesome. I'll clean up, reshuffle, and then we'll do all the setup and everything right after I get back. All right. And now we are back. Let's reset our health to 10. Do a quick little shuffle of our player deck. Try and make sure we get everything mixed in there well, and hopefully we'll get a better start this time. Things seemed to be going well last time, but ended quite. All right, we are back. We have reset our health to 10. We are resetting his health to 12. Give ourselves a quick little player deck shuffle here. Shouldn't take too long. I've already shuffled it a little bit. There we go. We will shuffle the encounter deck. There we are. All right. So this says reveal the gene pool, and we are not in expert mode, so we'll go ahead and flip this. Gene pool comes in with 4 threat. Hunting Gene Traders has no threat on it. Unus gets a tough status card, which we will keep on his health dial here. All right, I believe that is all the setup we need to do. We can actually move some of this stuff over a little bit. We have a little bit more space. I've adjusted the camera between shots. There we go. That should be pretty good. All right. And we can draw up to our hand size. So we start with Beast, Team Training, Magneto's Helmet, a Master of Magnetism, a Reinforced Suit, and a Strength. That is actually pretty good. I think what we'll do is we're gonna discard the Reinforced Suit, draw another card for an Inspired. Okay. Uh, that should be fine. That should be fine. Okay. So to start this game off, I'm gonna use Strength and Master of Magnetism. Play Beast. After Beast enters play, search my deck and discard pile for a resource card. We'll go ahead and bring Master of Magnetism back to our hand. Okay. Beast will get a lovely little token here. Perfect. Which leads me into being able to play, use Master of Magnetism and Inspired to play Magneto's helmet. And now that we have our helmet on, let's go ahead and flip up. And we're going to use our magnetic pool. Okay, so there's Forge. Wrapped in Metal is our magnetic card. And this is all that we have left in our hands, so we can't do anything with it. There are no minions out in play, so Wrapped in Metal is not going to do anything for us. I think our best bet here is to have Magneto thwart 2 off of Gene Pool, and Beast will knock off the Tough, taking a damage. Great. So that's a pretty good start. We have Team Training and Wrapped in Metal in our hand. We'll go ahead and ready and draw. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We got Phantom X, EVA, and Marrow. Not bad. Okay, so first things first, threat goes up by 1. Then Unus will attack me for 2 plus a boost. I'll take the first hit. 2, 3, 4. Okay, that takes us from 10 down to 6. All right. And then we get our first encounter card, which is an Infinite Soldier. I did forget to put the extra threat there, which means Unus has Retaliate 1, and the Infinite Soldier comes in with Quick Strike. So he will attack me for 2, bringing me. I will go ahead and defend that, so I won't take any damage. Not bad. He's going to sit there. He has Guard. That's a little unfortunate, because even if I wrap him in metal, he's still going to be able to activate. So we'll see what we want to do. But he was our encounter card. He had Quick Strike. Now it is Magneto's turn. I think one of our best moves here. We're gonna go ahead and use Wrapped in Metal, Team Training. No, actually, let's do this first. We're gonna use our Magnetic Pool. Here goes Moira, Magnetic Missile. That may actually be a game changer here. We can use Magneto's Helmet and EVA to play Wrapped in Metal. So we can wrap the Infinite Soldier in metal. Beast will thwart 2 off of Gene Pool, which means that gets rid of Unus's Retaliate 1. Beast takes a consequential damage. And then we can use Marrow here to play Magnetic Missile. Discard a minion that has Wrapped in Metal attachment. Deal 5 damage to an enemy and stun it. Okay, so we're going to use that. We get to discard the Infinite Soldier here. And we'll deal 5 damage to Unus, bringing him from 12 down to 7 and giving him a lovely stun. So he's not stalwart. We need to make sure we keep Gene Pool down so he can stay stunned. But that's actually really good. We still have Phantom X and Team Training in our hand. We'll leave them there for now, and we're going to ready up. That was a good turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. The beginning of the villain phase. Threat goes up by 1 on Gene Pool. And by Gene Pool, I mean hunting gene traders. But it also goes up by 1 on Gene Pool. Then Unus would attack, but he's stunned. So we'll go ahead and get rid of the stun card. And then we get an encounter card, which is Dark Designs. Place pursuit counter on pursued by the past. Then if it has any counters on it, the villain schemes. That's not too bad. Put 1 counter on pursued by the past. And he schemes for 1. And we add another pursuit counter on pursued by the past. So we add 1 threat, bringing that up to 3. And getting pursued by the past up to 2. Okay, we can handle this. All right. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and use my magnetic pool. So we discarded 2 mental and a physical. And drag this back to our hand. Then I think we're going to use Phantom X and M to play team training. So my allies get +1 hit point. And I'll go ahead and use Magnetic Missile to play Children of the Atom. Then Beast will thwart 2 off of Gene Pool. And Magneto will thwart 3 off of Hunting Gene Trader. Oh, no, just 2 because I don't have my armor out. Off of Hunting Gene Traders. And I think I will flip down, after I do that, the top 3 cards of my deck. Or discard pile gets shuffled into my deck. So now each X Factor, X Force, and X Men character I control gains the X Factor, X Force, and X Men traits because of Children of the Atom there. Nice. So that's the end of my turn. I'll flip up and we'll draw up to 6 cards since I'm an alter ego. So one, two, three, 4, 5, and 6. Not bad. Okay. So, beginning of the villain phase, we get 1 threat on Gene Traders and 1 threat on Gene Pool. Unus will scheme for 1, 2, 3, bringing that up to 5. And we get an encounter card being Genetic Experiments attached to an infinite minion. Otherwise, this card gains Surge. Okay, so it gains Surge because there's no infinite minions out there. And now we get an Infinite Hunter, which deals me 3 damage to an ally I control, defeating Beast. And because he was defeated by anything other than consequential damage, I place 3 threat on Gene Pool. That kind of stinks. Okay, that was the encounter card. Put the Infinite Hunter there. So threat is at 5 and 4, which means he has Retaliate 1. I'm going to go ahead and exhaust to heal for 3, bringing me from 6 up to 9. I'm going to then flip up, and I believe best course of action. Let's use Magnetic Missile and Wrapped in Metal to play team building exercise. Then team building exercise. Exhaust team building exercise. Play a card from your hand that shares a trait with your hero, reducing its resource cost by 1. Magnetic. And exhaust Magneto's helmet. Oh, I can't do team building exercise for this. Never mind. But what I can do, play. I can still do this. So generate a resource for magnetic card. And I just have to use Cyclops and Reinforce Suit to play Metal Shards. Deal 7 damage to an enemy. If this attack defeats that enemy, gain a tough status card. So 7 damage to the Infinite Hunter. That defeated him, so now I get a tough status card. Now, I still have a ton of threat to deal with there on Gene Pool and Hunting Gene Traders. But I think I did make a little bit of a mistake. I forgot team building exercise doesn't pay for um, anything that's magnetic because he doesn't have the magnetic trait. That'll be okay. Let's go ahead and draw up our hand size and then ready. So we get Triage, Electromagnetic Blast. That'll be good. Master of Magnetism, Magnetic Bubble. So that's 4. And our last card is Deft Focus. That's pretty good. All right, there goes our hand right there. And we ready up. Threat goes up by 1 on Hunting Gene Traders. So we'll go ahead and remove 4 and add the 5 there. And then 1 goes up there on Gene Pool. It's getting close to giving Unus Stalwart. Unus will attack me for 2 plus a boost. We'll go ahead and take it because I have the tough status. 2, 3, 4. I take no damage. The tough falls off. And we get an encounter card, which is Endless Ranks. When defeated, place 3 threat on Gene Pool. It comes in with 4. That is not ideal. Okay. I think what we want to do then is we'll use Triage as a resource to pay for Death Focus. Then What can we do here? Death Focus can pay for this. Mm, Do I have enough resources? Team building exercise won't pay for that or that. I can do this. I'm going to use Magnetic Pool and get metal shards. And that actually helps out a lot because I can try and refocus what I'm trying to do here. Death Focus, Magneto's helmet, and metal shards will pay for magnetic bubble. So I get retaliate 1, and if I would take any amount of damage, I place it there. Then if there's at least 6 damage, I discard the bubble. So we'll keep that there. I've not really gotten a ton of allies out, which is kind of sad. And then what I will do is use Master of Magnetism as 2 resources to pay for Electromagnetic Blast. And we'll remove 3 threat from Gene Pool. And I will thwart 2 from hunting Gene Traders. I think that's going to be our best move. And then we'll ready up and draw 5 cards. We get Beak, Magneto's Armor, the X-Jet, Asteroid M, Phantom X. Okay. So threat goes up by 2 because we have the acceleration token there on hunting Gene Traders. And Gene Pool goes up by 1. Then Unus will attack me for 2 plus a boost. 2, I'll take it. 3, 4. But 4, uh, 4 damage here on Magnetic Bubble. I still have Retaliate 1. Does the damage to him, taking him from 7 down to 6. I take no damage, which is fantastic. And we draw an encounter card, which is Sinister Strike. Place 1 pursuit counter on pursued by the past. Then if it has any counters on it, the villain attacks you. All right, that is less than ideal. So, pursued by the past is at 3. They'll attack me for 2 plus a boost, 2. And I am stunned. Okay, so I get stunned. He finishes putting the last 2 on here. And I think he doesn't take Retaliate 1 because that removed that. Okay, so that was the villain phase. Okay. I think the best thing here is to get the X-Jet down. So we'll use these 3 cards as resource to get the X-Jet. Struggling with threat a little bit here. And then I'm going to use my helmet and the X-Jet to play Magneto's armor. Move this here, here. Okay, then I'm going to use the magnetic pool. So mental, physical, lightning. I get to pull this back. I get +1 on all of my stats. And that focus will pay for it, but team building exercise won't, so we can't use this card. We'll go ahead and thwart for 3 off of endless ranks. And that'll be my turn. If I get a token on Pursued by the Past, we get our Nemesis minion. This is going to go up by 2. Oof, this is rough. We're in a rough spot. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Got one card left in my deck, so next turn we will deck out. Threat goes up by 2 on Hunting Gene Traders and 1 on Gene Pool. Then Unus will attack me for 2 plus a boost. I could defend for 3. I think what I'll do is I'll take it. 2, and then place 2 threat on Gene Pool. So I take 2 damage, taking me from 9 down to 7. And we get 2 threat here on Gene Pool, bringing it up to 6. Okay, and our encounter card is Culling the Weak. Place 4 threat on Gene Pool. Oh, geez. That brings it up to 10. That is really not ideal. I really need some better thwart in here. Okay. Energy. We'll play for Magneto's Cape. Could try and get M in there to help out a little bit with threat. I have one card here. Don't know if it's going to be magnetic or not. Okay. I think Def Focus, Magneto's Helmet will play Electromagnetic Blast. No. We'll thwart this first. That adds 3 threat here. So it's at 13. Little insane. But then we'll use the Magnetic Pool. Genius. So I get +1 on thwart, and I get to ready. Um, did I use? I haven't paid for anything yet. Have I? Yeah, I haven't. So that focus wasn't supposed to be exhausted. Okay, so I get an encounter card. Shuffle this up. I'm gonna have to figure this out. I'll thwart 3 off of Gene Pool. Then Def Focus and my helmet will pay for Electromagnetic Blast to thwart 3 off of Hunting Gene Traders because I'm getting close to losing that. And then M is too expensive to pay for. Well, that's what we have to deal with. I can generate 3 resources for her, but that's not enough. Oh well. Um, there potential he could go for 6? I don't think so, but he would get an extra boost icon still. I think I'm gonna go ahead and flip down, and this will get shuffled into my deck. Okay, y'all, I'm shuffling. All right. Then we'll draw 1, 2, 3, and one more wrapped in metal. Okay. Well, threat goes up by 1 now, and Gene Pool gets another threat, so it's at 11. Unus will thwart for 1 plus a boost. Okay, and he gets an extra boost icon because of the Gene Pool threat. And we get a Pursued by the Past token. So Pursued by the Past goes up by 1, putting it at 4. This goes up by 2, putting it at 8. So if there's at least 3 more than the number of players, remove each counter from here. So this goes down. Then if my Nemesis minion isn't played, activates against me. Otherwise, flip this card over. After I flip to the side, find my Nemesis minion and reveal it. Okay. My Nemesis minion is Exodus. And he comes in with Steady, Toughness, and Villainous. Then shuffle. And then search the set-aside area for my Nemesis side scheme and reveal it. Comes in with 3 threat. And shuffle the remaining into the encounter deck. Then flip this card back over. Okay, shuffling them in. Okay, we are in a very tough situation. Oh, and I forgot to ready up. So let's go ahead and ready up. Okay, that was scheming. Don't believe Exodus comes out because he came out because of this, not because of the boost. So now we get an encounter card plus another encounter card. So we get the prelate firearm, or the prelate armor, and Frenzy, who has quick strike, but that fails because I'm an alter ego. Is just fine. Fine with that. Okay. This is something else. All right. It's the villain phase. We survived. Barely. Let's go ahead and I don't know why I was doing that. We'll flip up. I'll attack to clear my stunned. Then I'll go ahead and use my magnetic pull. We get a wrapped in metal. Could be good. We got 2 wrapped in metals. We can only do it to a non-elite minion, so Exodus can't be wrapped in metal, but Frenzy can. So I think what I'll do is Def Focus. Does not pay for it. We'll use X-Jet and Magneto's helmet to wrap Frenzy in metal, so he can't activate, or she. One of the two. There's that. Then we could use. That's a mental resource. I get to ready because of the cape. I can thwart for 3, so I'll thwart 3 off of here. Get rid of it. And then when defeated, the defeating player discards the top 9 cards of their deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's not pleasant. All right, but we got rid of that scheme at least. All right, so I've got Reinforced Suit, Wrapped in Metal, EVA, Cyclops, Inspired, and M. I don't have any superpower cards in my hand, so Death Focus is kind of out of it there. Um, hmm. Use Team Building Exercise, EVA, and Wrapped in Metal to pay for Cyclops. We'll choose Exodus. Not that that's going to matter, because we're going to mostly thwart. Then M is going to pay for Inspired. Cyclops will thwart for 3 off of Gene Traders. we'll hold on to a reinforced suit. We'll actually discard the reinforced suit and do Cyclops does get a damage. Still not looking great. Um, I just flipped up, so I can't flip down. Let's go ahead and ready and draw. I may have to just not care about gene pool, but it's going to be tough. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, this could be pretty good. We'll have to see how it goes. Threat goes up by 1 on Gene Traders, and then over here on Gene Pool also. Unus attacks me for 2 plus a boost. I'll defend for 2. I don't remember what I discarded for armor. So defend for 2. He will do to me. There are no infinite minions. It's fine. He will not damage me. Okay. Exodus will attack me for 2 plus a boost because he's villainous. So 2, 3, 4. I take 4 damage. That's the villain dial. Brings me from 7 down to 3. And I discard 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And counter card is an Infinite Soldier who comes in with Quick Strike, Surge, and plus 3 hit points. So he'll attack me for 2, bringing me from 3 down to 1. And he surges into Fabian Cortez, who has guard. Now we have a ton of minions to deal with. Fantastic. Okay. I think we can do this. I keep saying that, but I don't know. Let's see. What can we do? I think the best thing to do to start, we'll use Magneto's helmet to play Magnetic Missile. Discard a minion with wrapped in metal attached. Deal 5 damage to an enemy and stun it. So we'll go ahead and do this. We'll discard Frenzy and do 5 damage to Fabian Cortez, which defeats him. But then I have to discard the top 4 cards of my deck. Okay. And then Cyclops will thwart 3 off of Gene Traders. Team building exercise, X-Jet. Let me think about this real quick. So, yeah, I will use the X-Jet, Triage, and Forge to play Uncanny X-Men. So now Cyclops should have taken a consequential damage. Is now 4 health points instead of just 2 because Team Training and Uncanny X-Men. Then Jean Grey will be worth 2 rather than 3. So I will then use my Magnetic Pool I get a metal shards, which also bumps my attack up by 1. Now I have an extra resource in my hand. Magneto's cape will ready me. I can use team building exercise and metal shards to pay for Phoenix. After Phoenix enters play, choose an X-Men ally. I choose Cyclops. That ally, heal that ally 1 and ready it. Okay. He will then go ahead and thwart 3 off of Gene Pool, bringing it from 12 down to 9. Um, and Jean Grey will thwart for 2 off of Gene Pool, bringing it down to 7, meaning the Infinite Soldier only has 3 hit points. So when Magneto attacks the Infinite Soldier, it defeats that soldier, bringing him down and out. Okay. So we have 3 threat out of 11 on hunting gene traders, and we have 2 that would scheme with villainous cards. We make sure we give the consequential damage due to each of my allies. And I need to flip down. I don't think I survive this unless I flip down. So I'll flip down, shuffles 1, 2, 3 into my deck. I'll still get an extra encounter card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Strength, triage, metal shards, beak, forge, and energy. That could actually be pretty good if we survive this round. So we shuffle up. Get an encounter card. Ready everything. Threat goes up by 1 on Gene Traders, surprisingly, and 1 on Gene Pool, so that brings that up to 8. Unus schemes for 2 plus a boost, 2, 3, and he gets a tough status card because of his armor. So 3 threat brings that from 4 to 7. Exodus schemes for 2, and we get 1 pursuit counter pursued by the past. Okay, so that's just 2, bringing that up to 9 of 11. As long as we don't get a scheme, we are okay. We got 2 encounter cards. Here's the first one. Okay, place pursuit counter pursued by the past, and it surges. Okay, we get an infinite hunter. Deal 3 damage to an ally we control. I think that's going to have to be Phoenix. So if we do 3 damage, she's at 2, 3, 4. She survives. That's 4 of 5. Good. Yes. Good. And this is the final card attached to Unus. Okay. Okay. I think we're going to be really, really good this round. I'm going to heal for 3, bringing me up from 1 to 4. And then I'm going to flip up. Then I'm going to use my magnetic pool. We get metal shards. Oh, that's actually... Okay, I already had one in my hand. That's fine. Okay. Do I have marrow in my hand? No, it's triage. Triage would be good. Okay. We get to ready for Magneto's cape. We discarded an energy and a physical, so I get +1 defense and +1 attack from his armor. Okay. We're gonna use an energy to play triage. I'm having have a bit of a mess here. After triage enters play, heal 2 damage from an X-Men character. So we'll heal myself from 4 up to 6. And then I'm going to use strength, play beak. After I play beak from my hand, remove a threat from a scheme for each X-Men ally I control. Fortunately, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I get to remove 4 threat. I guess we'll do it here for now. And then Magneto's helmet. No. Beak will ping the toughness off of Exodus. And then Magneto's helmet. Metal shard. No. Magneto's helmet, death focus, and forge will pay for metal shards to deal 7 damage to an enemy. And if that defeats that enemy, I gain a tough status card. Okay, so Beak takes a consequential damage for that. Then Triage will take a damage and deal a damage. And Cyclops will deal 3 damage. So Cyclops will defeat the Infinite Hunter and take a consequential himself. So he's at 3 of 4. Jean Grey will fort 2 off of Jean Pool, bringing it down to 6. But she will die from consequential damage, or she will be defeated by consequential damage. I'm gonna clean things up a little bit here. We got an ally there, there, here. I've used all 3 of my allies. I overspent for both Beak and Triage. I could have just used 1 resource to pay for them, but that's okay. Then Magneto will fort for 2 off of Gene Pool, bringing it from 6 down to 4. Okay, we have done some good. We've done some lots. Not just some. We've done a lot of good. We've done a lot of good. Okay, now we're gonna ready up. That was a really good turn. Okay, and draw. So metal shards, master of magnetism, wrapped in metal. So it's 3. A genius and a reinforced suit. Great. Threat goes up by 1 here and here, so it brings this up to 5. That's fine. Unus will attack me for 3 plus a boost. That's okay. I have a tough. Make sure he does not have any piercing. Okay, he does not. 3, 4, 5. Toughness goes away. Okay. Encounter card. An infinite soldier. Who does have quick strike? So he'll come out and attack me for 2. I'll take it. Brings us from 6 down to 4. That's fine. Okay, so what we can do here, I will thwart 2 off of hunting gene traders, bringing it from 6 down to 4. Then I'm gonna use magnetic pull. 1, 2, so that's a mental and a physical, giving me +1 thwart, +1 attack. I get to ready for Magneto's cape. Then what I will go ahead and do, Beak is going to ping off the tough from Unus and be defeated by consequential damage, which is okay. But the toughness is gone. Oh, I can't do that because the Infinite Soldier has guard. Um, we'll put Beak back out for now. That makes things. That's fine. He still just has 3 hit points. I think I'll use X-Jet to give Cyclops a reinforced suit, giving him 2 more hit points. He's going to deal 3 damage to the Infinite Soldier, taking 1 consequential, leaving him at 4 of 6. These 2 guys will each thwart 1 off of Gene Pool, bringing it down to 3. They don't die. They don't get defeated because of the additional hit points I have for them. Magneto will then thwart 3 off of Gene Pool. Magneto's helmet and Master of Magnetism will play metal shards, deal 7 damage to an enemy. If this attack defeats that enemy, gain a tough status card. So he would go from 6 to 0. Defeats the first phase, that counts as a defeat. I get a tough status card. These remain on him, but he now is a 2/2 with toughness again. And he does have those attachments still. Okay. Then I have wrapped in metal and magnetic missile still left in my hand, which I'll keep just in case we get a minion out. But I'm gonna ready. I think we're doing really good now. We turn the game around. Okay, so we have 3 cards in hand. 4 and 5. That's pretty good. Okay, threat goes up by 1 on hunting gene traders, and then 1 on gene pool. Unus will attack me for 3 plus a boost. I'll take it because I have the tough. 3, 4, 5. Toughness pops off. No big deal. And then we get a encounter card, which is hunted. Gives me an extra encounter card at the end of the villain phase, and I'll have to discard a card from my hand and alter ego to discard that card. That's fine. I just have to remember that that's there. Okay, so we did not get any minions, which is actually a bummer. I'm gonna have triage ping the tough off, taking a consequential. Beak will thwart 1 off of hunting gene traders to kind of keep that threat down. Cyclops will attack for 3, taking him from 30 down to 27. Each of them have taken consequential. We have 1 more left on Cyclops. I'm going to use Master of Magnetism and Magneto's helmet. Play a magnetic bubble. So I am pretty safe. I will thwart for 2 off of hunting gene traders. And then I'm going to use my magnetic pool. 1, 2, 3. So there's physical, lightning, and mental. So I get +1 on each of my stats. I will attack for 3 on Unus. So it'll take him from 27 down to 24. I will go ahead and flip down. When I do that, I get these 3 cards shuffled back into my deck. And I'm going to go ahead and discard these 3 cards. I'll discard this one to get rid of Hunted. And then these 2 will just be discarded at the end of my turn. Ready up. Draw up to my hand size. 3, 4, 5, 6. Not bad. Okay. Threat goes up by 1 on Hunting Gene Traders and 1 on Gene Pool. Unus will scheme for 3 plus a boost. 3, and I'm stunned. So 3 threat goes up here. And because of his armor, he gets a tough status card for scheming. Get an encounter card, which is Angry Acolyte. Each Acolyte minion engaged with a player activates against this player. If no minion activates this way, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an Acolyte minion is discarded and reveal that minion. Means no Acolyte and no Acolyte. So it fails, but we do have to put an acceleration token on the main scheme. Okay, let's shuffle up the encounter deck. Okay. I'm going to heal for 3, bringing me from 4 up to 7. Then I'll flip up. I just realized that I have Moira, so before I do that, I'm going to use Genius, play for Moira, and then EVA and Monet will pay for Asteroid M. So I had both of those. Those are alter ego actions. So Asteroid M will put the topmost magnetic card in my discard into my deck, which happens to be wrapped in metal. It shuffles it into my deck. So now at least I have something for the magnetic pool. I will flip up. Moira will draw me a card, which is wrapped in metal. So maybe I don't have anything for magnetic pool. So we'll go ahead and do magnetic pool and get an electromagnetic blast, which will just give me a +1 on um, defense. Okay. But I get to ready, and I'm going to attack to remove my stunned. All of my allies are about to go away. Um, Team building exercise will pay for Marrow because each X Factor, X Force, and X Men character I control gain the X Factor, X Force, and X Men traits. So this can pay for Magneto. Oh, well, she's X Force. So I still have to pay something else. The X Jet will pay for her then. And I do get to have an extra ally because of this. And each X Men character has each of my allies has an X Men trait. Okay, so Cyclops then. Let's see. And when Marrow enters, she deals 2 damage to an enemy, which removes his tough. Triage, Marrow, and Beak will all thwart 1 off of Hunting Gene Traders each. Marrow takes a consequential. Beak and Triage are defeated. Marrow is out in play. Then I'm going to use Magneto's helmet and Death Focus to play Electromagnetic Blast, remove 3 threat from a scheme. And if that removes the last threat from the scheme, I may discard an attachment with the text hero action or hero response. So I'm going to remove the last threat from here and remove the prelate sidearm. Cyclops then will attack him for 3, bringing him from 24 down to 21. And he will also be defeated from consequential damage. Okay. All that's left in my hand is wrapped in metal. I'm going to go ahead and discard that. Ready. And draw up to my hand size of 5 with Utopia, Electromagnetic Blast, Magnetic Missile, Reinforced Suit, and the last card is New Recruits. 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives me an extra encounter card, and I have to shuffle up my deck. Threat goes up by 2 on Hunting Gene Traders, and 1 on Gene Pool, which means Unus now has Retaliate 1. That's okay, so do I. Unus then will attack me for 2 plus a boost. I have my magnetic bubble, so I'm going to take it. 2, 3, 4. So we put 4 damage on the magnetic bubble, and Unus will take 1 from my Retaliate. Then we look at our encounter cards. Start with this one. War Weary. War Weary. I'm stunned. And then Sinister Strike. Place 1 pursuit counter on pursued by the past. Then if it has counters on it, the villain attacks me. Okay. So this goes up to 3. I have 1 more before Exodus comes back. He'll attack me for 2. And we get Exodus. So we'll go ahead and put this here to remember. He attacks for 2, which removes my magnetic bubble. So this, if my Nemesis minion is in play, it activates against me. Otherwise, flip this over. Find my Nemesis minion and reveal it. And then I search the set aside area for my side scheme and reveal it, but there's nowhere for me to find it because it's not in the set aside area. And the rest gets shuffled in. Then I get to flip this card over. So Exodus will come back into play. Let's locate him. There he is. Steady, toughness, and villainous. All right. So what I'm going to do to start my turn is I'm going to use team building exercise and the X-Jet play Utopia. Then I'm going to attack to clear my stunned. I'm going to use my magnetic pool, physical, mental, so I get wrapped in metal. I'm going to play new recruits. Comes in with 2 threat. I do ready from the magnetic pool. I get +1 attack and +1 fort. Then I will go ahead and thwart 2 off of new recruits. When defeated, each player chooses 1 set aside new ally and adds it to their hand. So new recruits gets put in the victory display, which is over there. So I could take Surge. If I have mutant or X-Men trait, Surge gets +1 attack and does not count against my ally limit. Annul allows him to thwart +1. Bling gets toughness. And Indraw gets +2 hit points. So I could either have a tough, a 3/2, a 2/3, or a 2/2/4. I think I'm gonna go with Surge. Surge is gonna come into my hand. Then wrapped in metal and magnetic missile will pay for Surge, who is a 2/3. She is an X-Men, so Utopia triggers and allows me to ready. Then magnetic helmet and focus will pay for electromagnetic blast. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. If that removes the last threat, then I can remove an attachment. So I'm removing it off gene pool, and I'm taking the prelate armor off. Okay. I've already used magnetic pull, so I can't do anything else. All I have left in my hand is the reinforced suit. Um, Unus is at 20. Okay. So Marrow will knock off the tough from Exodus. Surge will attack Exodus for 3. She takes 1 consequential. Exodus takes 3 damage. Magneto will finish Exodus off. Perfect. So now Surge does have 4 hit points as well as Marrow. Marrow actually does take a consequential. And we'll drop to our hand size. 2, 3, 4, 5. Threat goes up by 2 here from 2 to 4. Gene Pool gets 1. Unus will attack for 2 plus a boost. Magneto will take it. No, Magneto will defend for 2. 2. Choose to either place 2 threat on Gene Pool or the activating enemy gets +2 scheme and +2 attack for this activation. He could do 4 damage to me, or he could do 2 damage to me, or get retaliate 1. I think I'll allow him to do 2 damage, so I'll go from 7 down to 5. And then we'll get our encounter card. Forgot to ready those 2. Nowhere is safe. Place 1 pursuit counter on pursued by the past. And if it has any counters on it, discard an upgrade or support I control. Okay. We'll go ahead and get rid of Asteroid M. All right. So not bad. I'm going to use Magnetic Pull. 1, it's a physical, wild. We'll make that a mental. Physical, physical, mental, physical, and then lightning and mental. So I get +1 on all my stats. All right. So then what I'm going to do here, X-Jet and team building exercise plus Master of Magnetism will pay for Phantom X. After Phantom X enters play, search my deck and discard pile for EVA and put it into play. Okay, there's EVA. All right. And then I should have activated before I used the magnetic pool. It's too late now, though. I will thwart 3 off of hunting gene traders. And then I will use a reinforced suit to play Beak because of the Uncanny X-Men. After Beak enters play from my hand, I messed that up. We'll go ahead and have him remove threat from gene pool. Then Magneto's helmet, Death Focus, Utopia would trigger off beat coming in. Magneto readies. So Magneto's helmet, Death Focus, and the reinforced suit will pay metal shards. Deal 7 damage to an enemy. So it brings him from 20 down to 13. Phantom X will attack for 1, taking him down to 12. He gets a consequential. Marrow will attack for 2, bringing him down to 10. She gets a consequential. Surge will attack for 3, bringing him down to 7. Beak will attack for 1, bringing him down to 6. EVA will deal damage, bringing him down to 5. That'll be the end of my turn. Made a couple of mistakes on that turn. I think I could have defeated him had I done things in the right order, but I messed up. So there's that. All right, so we draw back up to 5. We get Beast, Triage, Master of Magnetism, and Monet, and Phoenix. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Threat goes up by 2 on Hunting Gene Traders and 1 on Gene Pool. Unus will attack me for 2 plus a boost. I'll defend for 2. I'll put 2 threat on Gene Pool. So I take no damage. Actually, I would have defended for 3. That's okay. And the encounter card is Calling the Weak. Place 4 threat on Gene Pool. It's not really much of a concern. Okay. And then I will. My turn now. So I'm going to use Magnetic Pool. 1, 2. So I get +1 attack and +1 defense. I get to ready from this. And then Master of Magnetism and Magneto's helmet will deal 7 damage to Unus, ending Unus and winning me the game. That got a little tense, but that was fun. He is gone from 5 down to 0. If I made any mistakes, feel free to point them out in the comments below. Aside from the one that I mentioned where I should have not warded because I brought in Beak, and I should have just attacked, but that's okay. Um, but that's that. Magneto's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying using him. This is actually only my second time to play him, if you count everything I just did as one time. But that was a lot of fun. I am going to go ahead and end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and the next video will be coming up soon. I'm going to try and release 5 videos all at once. So there we go. That is that is Magneto against Unus. I may change this deck up a little bit, and then by the end of the campaign, I'll post it over on Marvel CDB, um, so that y'all can try it out for yourselves. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for checking me out, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.